played out their best. What I'm actually interested to see right now is actually this match, Chuck versus STAZ. Both players are actually also one of the top contenders from Philippines. Chuck here is actually the runner-up for the Southeast Asia qualifier, Road to BlizzCon. And for information, Chuck and STAZ, sorry, these two players are actually the only players that were qualified last year in BlizzCon.
Wow, that's really solid. Yeah, I've seen STAZ play before. I've actually spectated him in other tournaments. I've seen Chalk's name being thrown around a lot in the professional Hearthstone scene. I haven't actually gotten a chance to cast one of his matches myself yet, so I'm excited to see how he plays. I'm sure it'll be fun, a lot of sparks flying and everything. Do you have the lineups handy?
Yes. Chalk is actually Warrior, Druid, and Hunter, whereas for STAZ is Warlock, Warrior, and Druid. So the only difference would be the Warlock and the Hunter. So very similar to what we see just now, it's just that we don't have a mage.
Yeah. So STAZ is on the same lineup that Mecha was on.
Yep, correct. So, but yeah, another thing about Chuck is, they did this meme whereby Chuck is actually the king of RNG. Was actually hoping to see him play mage because he had some insane unstable portal for the qualifiers that time. It was really, really, very good.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I mean, all we can see now, I guess, is well, if he's running Surad and Warrior like we saw Mago do, maybe we can see some insane portal action still. Surad and unstable portal into Control Warrior, and I don't know, get a second Ysera or something. Something insane.
So I think they're starting soon. Yep, they're starting. All right, so what can we see here in the first round? Wow, okay, all right, so it's Warrior versus Warlock in the first round. So STAZ is actually playing a Warlock. I still don't have his hand yet, getting it soon. As for Chalk, I think with Ysera on hand to control. Yep, correct. So Chalk will be playing Control Warrior, and STAZ will be playing Handlock.
All right, I'm getting there myself so I can see the hands as well.
Yep. Well, Chuck is actually having a good start. He has both of his weapons on hand. Having another Ysera, would it be the best deal? Could we see a Dragon Warrior maybe? That might be something to look at. As for STAZ, it's from what I see right now, it's still the normal Warlock. I don't think it will be a Demon yet, but we can't judge anything. Still early to judge anything.
Yeah, I always just assume that it's Demon nowadays. Seems to be the much more popular variant. Still haven't seen any Warlock Zoo. Really looking forward to some of that, but one day.
Yeah.
I would like to see Dragon Warrior. I don't think it's particularly likely, but people seem to undervalue it a lot.
But yep. So, well, with that demon, with that white color pickup, so definitely it's going to be a demon handlock.
Yep.
But I think STAZ actually have a very good late hand and early hand as well. See, he has the Twilight Drake, he has the Mountain Giant, he has both of his Molten Giant already. So even late game and early game, he actually secures it already. So it's just the mid game on how Chuck actually can stand the brawl. Oh wow, can you see what Chuck has here? Reno Jackson, man.
Wow. I wonder if he's how many duplicates he's running. I don't think you want to go down to one copy of cards like Warax and Deathbite, but I mean, I could just be wrong. Maybe it's just for the mirror match. I've seen people talk about that later in the game. It's totally fine. I will say I like the well played at the beginning. Both of these players clearly very experienced. They know the dynamics of the matchup. They know it's kind of bad to queue into Handlock as a Control Warrior. Handlock able to put out so many threats. And STAZ doing just that with the coin into the first Twilight Drake into what we can probably assume will be the second Twilight Drake.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, I'm actually very, 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 very excited to see Reno Jackson get played. It's like, come hit me to like 5 HP or 10 HP, and then it's like, boom, I'm full HP again.
I did play a ladder game. My first experience with Reno was I got my opponent down to 1 health with Warlock Zoo. Ice Block triggered. He Reno'd up to 30. Got him down to 4. He Alex draws it up to 15. I did somehow win. Not exactly sure how it happened, so you can beat the Reno, but Lord, it's a lot of work. So with the Mal'Ganis draw, STAZ actually can play the Void Caller now instead of a Drake if he so chooses. I think I actually, generally I would say I prefer the Drake there because you're decreasing your hand size and you get the Mal'Ganis out. But I think he's playing around the execute, which is pretty smart. He didn't want to hit on the Drake, execute the Void Caller, or execute the other Drake. Yeah, that'd be bad.
Wow. Okay. All right. So, well, do you want to explain a little bit to our viewers how does Brain Ejection actually works? Just in case.
Well, as you can possibly see, Battlecry, if your deck contains no more than one of any card, fully heal your hero. We do see the fact that Chalk is running double War Axe, so he's not running a deck full of only one copies of cards, the whole singleton strategy that we've seen some people try. I like that he's not fully committed. That tells me that he's just using it for like the super late game in the Control Warrior Mirror, where you know, an extra 20 or so health and fatigue, that can add up. That actually can just straight up win you the game. Seems to be a pretty teched out deck. We see an Unstable Ghoul too. I suppose that's just because more cards, so in case he has to Reno Jackson early. I wouldn't be surprised if War Axe was one of the only cards that he's running two of. When you think Control Warrior, you don't really think of a whole lot of, you know, multiples. Maybe just Executes or Shield Slams
double
too.
execute, double bash perhaps.
But not a whole lot.
Yeah.
Right, he's gonna test the waters here. I guess he has the Execute now. That was a very important card to draw. Wonder which.
Oh wow, Morgan, it's still gonna be executed there. You can bash and execute.
Yeah, could just get rid of that though.
But I think
Armor Smith's not too important. Like when you play a minion against a handlock, like a tiny minion like that, it's either Acolyte to draw cards or it's basically just it's there to proc your executes.
Yeah.
Feels pretty bad, but that's sort of how you have to do it. So STAZ is like, well, in a way he's kind of running out of threats, but like what he has on board is kind of the last bit of threats for the time, but it might do the trick. Double Armor Smith too. All right.
Right. So.
Oh, this could be a game changer.
Yep. What spell would be best here?
Twisting Nether.
Twisting Nether, yeah.
Rockbiter with a weapon is it's okay, but not great in this situation. Twisting Nether would have been sick.
Yeah. Okay, so well, next turn as Chalk.
I really like that STAZ didn't play a Taunt Giver there. Like Argus seems like something you'd kind of want to do, but it doesn't play into Brawl at all. Like if your opponent brawls this board, they still can't really kill anything. You have 50-50 to let the Giant live. It's good to be pretty safe with your more conservative with your plays in this deck.
Wow, but he actually took that much damage.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, that's a lot of damage, man. Unstable going to Armor Smith to get the extra armor, perhaps.
Unstable armor up. I mean, either way, he's going to gain 2. Armor Smith would have given him a little bit of board. STAZ does have the Doom Guard for a little bit of reach at the end of the game. Not going to be able to kill his opponent this turn, but he can set up a pretty immense board again if he wants.
He has a Monoqual 5.
I mean, you're fine playing the Void Caller here because you have the Doom Guard.
Yep, true.
Keeps you very resilient. Wow,
Another
double unstable.
Wow, okay, that's a very interesting deck. Did I?
Yeah. I feel like there's I feel like he's heavily teched this deck against maybe Paladins. Because I wouldn't say 2 unstable ghouls. You don't really even see that in Patron anymore. To be running that alongside Reno, like he has a certain matchup in mind for sure.
If you want double unstable goal, let's just see. I think probably to protect the anti-aggro a little bit, whereby just in case if you have Hunter, you know, unleash the horn and then just like unstable goal, haha.
Yeah.
Yeah, or Paladin as you mentioned, but I think that's the only two classes that you'll be protecting against. But well, it does give him an extra.
They're very relevant classes, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna see a taunt this turn, probably. It's gonna be the Sun Fury or the Argus. Okay.
Okay.
This is cute.
So that's 4.
Wow, this is actually a pretty sweet play. He can attack with the Void Caller, use the Hellfire to deal an extra 3 damage to Chalk, and it'll still get out the Doomguard. Execute kind of puts a chink in that plan. Execute into Brawl, wow. So as long as the Doomguard dies, Chalk is going to feel pretty safe.
Oh.
And the best result.
Oh, did it? Did he just? He didn't attack. He didn't attack.
With the Armorsmith?
Yeah.
Well, there was a taunt up.
No, I mean after the.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't attack.
Well, he could be playing around the Moldens. Like, it's a legitimate strategy to never attack until... Because he can't really follow up with anything. He has a Reno Jackson, another weapon, and a Sludge Belcher now. At one point, though, like, you have to attack, but I don't know if this is the point. Wow. The Boombot.
That's very good for him.
Yeah. This is really showing that, as Control Warrior, you can have, like, a lot of RNG going in your favor and still be in a really terrible position against Handlock.
Okay, right? Okay. There's 13 cards left in Chalk's hand. Do you play the Reno Jackson?
Well, you are at 7. I mean, I assume Chalk knows his deck better than we do at the moment.
Yep.
If he can heal, I think this is the... Well, maybe it's Sylvanas' turn. Like, because you're not really at 7.
Yeah.
You look like you're at 7, but you're not. Like, Sylvanas here... It's bad because your opponent definitely gets another turn of reduction, which will probably wind up killing you. But for the Sylvanas' sake, if it doesn't get silenced in that hand of 10 cards, it prevents your opponent from playing something else.
Hellfire. Oh wait, do you have lethal here? Wait.
There's a good chance.
No, you don't have.
Close.
Wait,
Right?
You can. Nah, because Hellfire lets you clear the slime, which will leave you at 7 or 13, no, 10 HP. Nah, yeah, it's not enough.
Yeah, you can Argus for an extra point, but it's not quite good. This is an interesting Shadow Flame. I mean, it's not a bad Shadow Flame, it's just interesting. I don't think he had to do it, but he was just playing super safe. Makes sense.
Reno Jackson, come on! I really want to see that. And then imagine if you have cameras, you know, webcams showing STAZ's face. That would be very interesting.
Oh yeah. But Sarah seems a little better on board.
Yeah.
And with only the Argus up, I mean, yeah, this is not lethal.
This might be the dream card later on.
I think he just missed lethal. I don't usually point that out. He could have silenced his Ancient Watcher. That would be 6 damage. 3 more from the Dark Bomb, 3 more from the Hellfire.
4, 6, 7, 7.
It would have been 12.
Oh, yes, correct.
But yeah, I don't think it matters.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I actually caught a missed lethal with the exhaustion, but you know, if there's a time,
he's gonna kill himself.
Yeah, I mean, like, what can you really do against this board?
Okay. No, I mean, if he actually just, but it's still dead anyway because he has a Hellfire. I mean,
yeah, it's so much damage.
Wow. I mean, this saves you, you know, from not dying to Hellfire now.
Yeah.
But then Dark Bomb, Hellfire, still the same thing anyway. So, yep. Chuck's gonna.
Yep.
I mean, STAZ gonna take this game. Yeah.
Basically, Handlock doing what Handlock does against Control Warrior.
Yeah, I think he didn't want it to play this Reno Jackson. He wanted to save it as an element of surprise for the next game.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. So, well, but in STAZ taking game number 1.
Because let's think, you know, STAZ is playing. Well, what is STAZ playing? Is STAZ on the Druid?
STAZ has Druid.
They're both on Druid. Yeah.
STAZ has Druid, Druid and Warrior. That's the only one you have next.
Okay. Well, you know, if you're up against the Druid and they're trying to get you down into combo range, they'll be pretty tilted if they see Reno Jackson heal you back up to 30.
Yeah.
That'd be a fun interaction.
Well,
Interaction. Oh, man.
It's alright. Well, yep.
Different matchup.
It's the other way around.
Yeah, it's Chalk's Druid.
So
Everyone's playing Druid. You know what? Paladin, like you said earlier,
Mhm.
Bleed, that's the most prominent class in today's tournament.
Yeah.
However, like both of these matches, we have seen zero people who are bringing Paladin. Yet we do see a lot of deck choices that are supposed to counter it, like the Warrior.
But what we've been seeing is um, Druid and Warrior and Hunter. Surprisingly, you know, I played a tournament yesterday. There was about like 60 to 70 over people, and Hunter didn't do quite well for me. I mean, it's good. It brought me far, but then it's just that
Which Hunter was it?
it was a hybrid Hunter.
Okay,
Yeah,
best of both worlds.
yeah. I mean, it's just I'm still debating whether Hunter is actually good right now. But some people still put their trust in Hunter, I think.
That guy made a legend this season. I don't know if that's talking about it. This isn't really relevant to the tournament metagame, but
Mhm.
I don't know. Like I said, I'm a mid-range boy myself, so if I
Yep.
brought it to a tournament, that would be the style. I wonder if this. Well, no. I was wondering if Chalk's deck was actually the aggro druid. I want to see some innovative druid decks, but he's running the Wrath, so I have to assume it's just mid-range because you don't usually see
Mhm.
definitely Wild Growth. You don't really see that
Yep.
in the aggro druid. However, it is a fantastic draw right now.
Mhm. But I played a version of Aggro Druid that actually runs Wild Growth, actually.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I played once. I tried it out. I started in Reddit, the competitive scenes where I can't remember who was the original author of that. But then it's like, I just net deck a bit, tested out, and was like, it's actually quite fun. Because it's kind of like a hybrid feel whereby, in worst case scenario, whereby you don't get the aggro matchup, the aggro cards in the beginning, you can still play it like a very combo druid style.
Did it run Ancient of Lore? I feel like those cards are kind of attached to each other. Like if I'm Wild Growthing, I kind of want to draw into Ancient of Lore to refill my hand after I ramp.
Mhm. What I remember is I can't remember. I'll need to probably after break I'll answer you. It's in my deck, yeah. I didn't play
Right.
much. It was just I just tested it that day, just I think a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
I played just a couple of match.
Well, it seems like, Wild Growth seems to be the play there, the only obvious play. If he had Wild Growth turn 1, I wouldn't have been surprised to see a coin into it. Darnassus the next turn.
Oh, did you just saw Chuck rope and end by its own?
Yeah, I guess he's just maximizing the time he has to think.
Okay.
Either that or he might have had like a glitch where the end turn button disappeared for a minute, but he got the play he needed to make, the Wild Growth. That happened.
Mhm.
And we just, STAZ has all the removal he could ask for.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a ton of removal, man. He's not even scared of the Innervate Dr. Boom,
Yeah.
which isn't going to happen at all. Yeah, but Chalk's deck looks pretty standard for mid-range druid so far.
I don't
Seen a
think...
BGH now.
Yeah, true. I don't think you want to coin into Druid of Claw here, because first of all, Stas actually has 4 armor. If he's actually have a Shield Slam or maybe a Bash, and that's gonna be Bash and Shield Slam, or maybe Bash and even Death Bite. So
Yeah, this is a turn where you're kind of upset that you drew so many combo pieces in BGHs. Like, you really wanted to Shredder this turn.
yeah,
That's generally all you want to do on turn 4, unless you're Keeper of the Groving and Knife Juggler or something. But, yeah, I mean, it's a shame he doesn't have Shredder. The Darnassus is weak to a weapon, and your opponent may very well have a War Axe because he had no reason to play one before then.
Mhm.
So Darnassus Hero Power or Coin Druid of the Claw, those are pretty much the options.
Yeah, sure.
But he's gonna have to pick one.
But is Chuck lagging or?
I
or
really
is
don't
it, is it
know.
from our side? Let me just check with the producer.
Oh, we need an answer to this. Yeah, that wasn't the play.
Oh, Chuck got DC.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate.
Oh my god. Is
Oh,
I mean,
jeez.
games still have to go, but then, yeah, Chuck got DC. He just actually PM me and say he got DC.
Yeah, I just got the your opponent left thing, but the game is still going on. Don't know if that's a spectator mode thing. Well,
While spectator mode, the game is still going on.
okay. So Staz is gonna armor up here. That's basically the play, and Chalk's gonna
Yeah.
explode.
Well, I think we'll wait for our producers to say what's the.
Yeah, we'll see what the verdict is here.
Yep. Well, all right. So I think both players are actually going for a very spotty route. They're going to go for a rematch.
Yeah, okay, this is nice to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, something much similar to that happened in the Seed Story Cup, where someone, I guess, missed a mulligan,
Mm-hmm.
potentially due to disconnect. It's nice to see the replay. The game, like, sure, it's unfavored for the Warrior, and your opponent had wild growth, but the game is far from being decided. And, you know, you could say that it's an intentional disconnect, but I don't know. I don't think that's even possible because, you know, if you're playing Druid against Control Warrior and you have wild growth, there's no way you do that on purpose. So let's take the sportsman-like replay. It's nice. It's good for the viewers. We need to see this match play out.
Yeah, true. Because well, it's getting very dark on my side. Not sure about Philippines, but you know, in our Southeast Asia part, when it's raining and stuff like that, your internet connection normally sucks. Sorry to say.
Oh,
yeah. So yeah, it happens. It happens a lot. So starting hand for Chuck looks very good. He does have the wall growth, does have the Shade of Nextrum. It's just that he's playing first, so he doesn't have the coin. So
I don't know if that's a big deal. I mean, with this particular hand, you'd want to have the coin because you can turn 2 Shade, and right now it's still going to be on turn 3. But I don't know. As long as you have the wild growth, I think you're happy.
Yeah, true. So well, but for STAZ, he does have a good. I mean, he doesn't have the weapon. He got a shoot slam. BGH is there, so just bearing get him. Is he keeping it, or did he mulligan it away?
I think he's just thinking. He wanted to see his opponent's mulligan first.
Yeah.
I think it's actually important in certain matchups. I don't put high value on it all the time, but like if your opponent's Druid and they mulligan only 2 cards, if they have 3 or 4 cards, like you can safely assume they either have Wild Growth or Darnassus, or maybe even Innervate. But that means they're gonna have an early play. If they mulligan everything, the odds of them having a ramp card are decreased significantly because you really only keep the ramp cards.
Sure.
So you're like making sure you keep a piece of removal or something in that case.
Well, just a quick question here, CVH, actually. When you have a Wild Growth and also Darnassus, which would you play first, actually?
It depends on the matchup. This situation, definitely Wild Growth. Because you have to worry about the War Axe. Especially if he was watching STAZ's mulligan and STAZ kept 2 cards, like, one of those might be a War Axe. You want to get the guaranteed ramp, because you could still top deck the Shredder, so guaranteeing that you can play on curve is really important. Darnassus would be better against another aggro deck, perhaps, because you're getting the board control. If they don't clear it, you get the ramp and you get to trade. If they do clear it, it soaked up some damage and you still wild growth, so it's pretty good if the damage is important. In this matchup, you're not worried about the warrior pressuring you. You just want to try to play around their weapons as best you can.
Well, Pilot to Shredder done too late, but Ezreal Drake will be better here. Turn 6. Let's see, turn 6 you can Pilot to Shredder. But while Deathbite Blink played out.
These are very comparable hands to last game. The only real difference now is that Chalk has the Shade out, which is probably going to be a big deal unless it gets brawled later.
Well, this is good because it's forcing STAZ to actually say, trade, depends on which minion you want to trade. And if you don't have Execute or you don't have Shoot Slam, I'll at least have 1 or 2 minions on board left. So, but we do see a Shoot Slam, and we do see a Bash, so he can probably bash into the Pilot Shredder.
Yeah, and he could slam one of the minions, and if this Shredder gets a 1 health minion, we're looking at a full board clear.
Yep.
Or even if it gets it could just get Doomsayer, and then he doesn't have to use any cards. It's still a full board clear.
Well, for Chuck here, I think you need to wish for a taunt minion so that at least it will still use for a bit.
Yeah, a taunt or like any like Millhouse, Mana Storm, or Succubus, Totem Golem, something with some real stats that he can use.
Wow, but he chooses to actually Shoot Slam first. Oh, not what he could wish for, but then he would.
I mean, it's still clearing the relevant
threats.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do take an extra damage. I mean, 2 extra damage, but then, yeah. This is. I mean, having a totem here is actually quite good. Because you will need to force your opponent to actually deal with the totem or deal with your minion.
Putting the Ancient of Lore next to it, though, is actually a pretty risky game because You are playing into BGH.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing is Sylvanas is good here too, unless it gets silenced off the top because you can't trade in that Flame Tongue first. That's gonna get stolen, and then your warrior opponent can take advantage of it with the Sludge Belchers. Sylvanas might not even be the play if he wants to do something a little more conservative, I guess, and not take 7 to the face. I don't mind it though.
I think, well, this is, yeah, like you mentioned, it's a very difficult decision. He could go for the trade and then rough up.
Mm-hmm.
Rough up and then play, or I don't know, Lotte or maybe a Drake to just draw into something else.
Yeah, I mean, you can Drake. I mean, if he went for that play, he could have Draked and then Wrath for 2. Oh, he's gonna try to get the reverse Wild Growth. All right, it's not gonna happen. But I still like, yeah, I still like the Drake here. Is he gonna Innervate into this Wrath for 2? Seems fine.
Yep.
How much value can you really get out of Innervate?
You can draw somewhere. Yeah, it's good. I mean, an Innervate for a draw and damage, that's very good.
Yep. You could save Innervate for like double combo, but if you don't have any combo pieces in your hand already, then it's kind of a greedy thing to not use.
Well, in this current situation, who is actually leading the ball?
It's really close.
Yeah.
I do think, because it's still back and forth every turn. Like, Chalk can clear the board this turn, and protect his Drake from the weapon, which is important. STAZ can just develop a Doctor move if he wants, but he's gonna get kind of worried about the combo. He needs to play around it.
Oh,
he could even.
He can coin. He can coin into Justica just now if he wants.
Yeah, I mean,
probably
I like this play.
Probably he wants to go for the double armor up.
Yeah, I would have to say.
See, silence here, taking an additional 4 damage, and hoping to draw into the Savage roll next. Then that would be directly lethal for you.
Seems good. Develops the board.
Yep.
Is he gonna trade and just okay?
Yeah. It's
so silence didn't do a whole lot except for basically negate the slime.
So what he needs now is actually just a Savage roll.
Looks like it. I mean, STAZ can clear the board. Clear a lot of the board.
They can brawl and... Oh, it's gonna bash and brawl.
Hope it's not another Flame Tongue. Would have been a pretty rough time to get Flame Tongue.
Wouldn't you want to brawl first and then... okay, alright. Because if you brawl... Yeah.
Really making sure he doesn't hit the combo range anytime soon. Guess Lothab's probably the best thing. Well, Emperor is a good card to draw.
Yeah. Emperor is good. You force the enemy to actually deal with Emperor. If not, it's going to be like, reducing your mana cost every single turn.
Yeah, and STAZ can't really deal with it this turn at all. He can, like...
well.
I lied. I lied. Sorry about that. Yeah, he's just gonna take the Doctor Boom, it looks like. That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, that's gonna... I mean, that's a very good pressure. I mean, bot presence as well.
You've already seen a swipe, too.
Yep. So just taunt up. Big Game Hunter. Blue tap.
This is just how we see it. We see the back and forth over and over again. The BGH is gonna clear. All that's left is a Boombot. Then STAZ is just going to counter by gaining a lot of armor. I think that Alexstrasza is eventually going to be used on Chalk's face.
I think, yeah, you go for the double armor up this turn.
Yeah. But I mean eventually. I don't know if, with this Justicar, if STAZ will ever be at a point where he's so far under 15 that he has to Alexstrasza himself. See, Ancient Allure. Good top deck. So we are back on the, Alrighty.
Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8.
We have a game, man. We have a game. To just face him entirely here? I hope he has to trade with his Justicar?
Yeah. Force him to
This
trade.
does set up lethal.
Force him to trade instead of you trading it. Deal more damage. 4, 5. Let me just count the damage there. 14 is the standard one. Plus additional 6, that's 20. Plus 17, 27. Plus your face would be 30 if I didn't count wrong.
30? Well, that's exactly what STAZ is going to be at, so if you're right.
If I didn't count wrong. Oh no. No. Might be 28. I think I count extra.
I think Chalk might actually be a little off. Just a couple points. But I mean...
Now, let me just count again. That's 14 for the basic combo, plus your hero... Oh wow, okay, with that swipe, I think that's definitely more than enough.
Oh yeah, you can fit in the swipe.
Yeah.
You just hit him all in the face first, swipe last, so the armor smith doesn't actually gain your opponent any armor. Okay. So 5, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm just gonna assume this is lethal.
Because this too, it's... I think, yeah. Oh, wait. Wait. What? Did he missed it? Oh wait, or did we saw it wrongly? Okay, let me just do a quick calculation. On board,
I really don't know if we missed it, man.
on board for Savage Roar, you get additional 2 damage. That means that 6 plus 7 is equals to 13, plus your additional normal standard 14. Yeah, that's enough. That's more.
Yeah, it's 27 plus the swipe. So
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. But I mean, when you didn't combo him last turn, you can just do it this turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. You still have the combo, you still have minis on board, so it's not really a big deal. Whew. Whew. That's a lot.
Yep. Alright. Still taking its time. But yeah.
Alex Strauss is really awkward against Druid, man. You can't Alex Strauss yourself because they just leave you at like 20 and then eventually burst you down.
So, well, Chalk has actually have warrior. So it's a 1-1 for both sides. Chalk have a warrior and hunter left. STAZ has a warrior and druid left.
Mm-hmm.
So we do know that STAZ warrior is a control warrior. We do know Chalk warrior is a control warrior as well.
Yep.
But we don't know what STAZ druid and we don't know what type of hunter is Chalk is.
So the warriors are obviously matching up pretty even to each other. The druids and the hunter, I think both might be favored against warrior if it's mid-range on both. However, if that's the case, the hunter will be favored against the druid. So I think STAZ has a slight matchup advantage, but I mean, depending on how they pair up, I mean, who knows? Could go either way still. It's 1-1.
But it's still 1-1. Yeah, we could see something like the game just now, whereby the opponent was leading and then it's just a comeback. Yeah, we'll never know. It's still Hearthstone, you know? RNG, man.
Oh, looks like we actually have a mid-range hunter. We see a Houndmaster, Hunter's Mark, Lothab. These are mid-range cards. I like it.
Yep, that's your
This
deck.
could be good for Chalk. Really horrible opening hand. Did he keep the Lothab? That's interesting.
Yeah, he kept the low tech.
I would understand keeping a high main, but I haven't seen many people keep Lothab. This is yeah, really not too great of an opening for Chalk. He does have the companion though.
He could
STAZ
coin
has
his
a
companion
ton.
next.
He has a ton of early game.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, coin companion into companion.
Yeah. Let me just have a quick look at the brackets and see if we have anyone. Oh well, just a quick update. Some players are actually at the round of 16 already, and the winner of this match will be playing against Crazy Maggie. So that's someone very interesting as well. There's still a lot of players. They're still playing it. So, yep.
Wow, Leok twice. Oh my god.
Well,
it's alright.
Yeah, no, it's alright. I mean, yesterday I was playing Hunter, you know, I was playing there was 7 rounds, and I played until the finals. Every single animal companion that I come out, it's Leok. I don't know, man.
That first Leok was so bad for Chalk. It's the only thing that didn't take down the Armorsmith by itself. Unfortunate. Now he's just staring down 2 Armorsmiths. He's gonna Hunter's Mark 1. Oh man. Yeah, that feels really bad when you have to Hunter's Mark Armor Smith. I mean, on the plus side, at least we'll finally see Chalk make some plays like Lothab and Hyman soon.
Well, turn 5. Yeah. You could gain the extra armor. Load that. Next turn, that's Chalk. Well, difficult. I mean, doesn't look very good for Chalk here. It's definitely. You could load tap into your high main next.
Yeah.
And then,
I mean, the high main might stick around finally.
Yeah. But then, because you know that Death Bite is there, so it's definitely going to be clear out. Yes, you do kill your own Armor Smith, but then.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's probably fine to play your Lothab into the Despite. You really have nothing else to do. You play the high main, and you just hope the high main will be the one that's uncontested. That's usually the card that can finally help you push ahead when your warrior opponent has early game answers to your threats.
Yeah.
Or you roll a Yak twice, or a combination of both.
But then Barrigaden, and it's good against high main, because if you manage to actually draw an Execute or maybe a Shield Slam, and then but then in this case we do know that he doesn't have it. Unstable goal. Just now we mentioned about unstable goal, having too many unstable goals on the deck. That's interesting because I think that perhaps maybe Chuck didn't run too many activators for the Grommash, so probably running one unstable goal is actually another activator for Grommash as well.
Yeah, I mean, it must be a thing where you see it in the Asian server a lot. I really rarely see anyone play unstable goal in Control Warrior.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about. You see, you clear out the high main, and then play Baron-Geddon. Yep.
Yeah, I think he definitely would have used his Death by last turn if he hadn't drawn the Baron-Geddon. That was such a clear. He's still just a 23 life. He has Alex Straza and Justicar in his hand. Wow.
No, play Might Scientist.
This is second Hunter's Mark from Chalk. Wow.
That's wow. Yeah.
So many wows.
Normally we don't play 2 Hunter's Mark as a mid range, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really think many people do. Except for, like, fake control hunters, but yeah. So, this Mad Scientist is not going to do a whole lot. I mean, STAZ can just go face and let the Baron-Geddon's effect kill it.
Do you play Justicar here?
You could. I think you might actually be considering Grom. Just go for the face for 11, and then let the Baron-Geddon kill the Scientist and activate the Grom. Safe play is just safe.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this would be something as the previous match that we watched just now, when Justica is in and you're playing against a Hunter. You need to find a way to outburst that damage, but then... Yeah, I mean, with 2 big minions on board, you can use Unleash the Hound and Q command to kill it, but then that's using one of your burst damage. So you don't
can
have...
use Hunter's Mark too, since we just have a second Hunter's Mark now.
Oh, yeah. All right, yeah. Okay.
It doesn't change a whole lot, but it's a slightly better clear, I guess. Little web spinners finally drawn. Here we are, turn 8. Perfect time for web spinner. Could get King Crush.
Yes, so I was going to say King Crush. So Chalk is known for his insane RNG.
Yeah.
What happens if he really does get King Crush? I mean, wow. That's going to be mind blown, man. King Crush, Q command. That's like how many damage?
If you could do it all in one turn, I don't think King Crush has a high probability of living if he does get it. Face. Wow, you expected well, Explosive Trap would have been amazing there for STAZ. Eagle Horn Bow.
Oh, he's pushing it. Yep, he's pushing it. But then, even if you do it this way, what damage do you have? You have 3, you have...
He doesn't have the 3 anymore.
Okay, no more 3, sorry. You have 5... You have 5, 6, 7, 8. Only 8. 8 damage. You need to contest 14. You're 6 off. How can you do extra 6 damage? To do extra 6 damage. Oh, there is a way. What's that beast card? The Druid beast card whereby you get an extra.
The Druid Beast card?
Yeah.
Oh, Savage Combatant.
Savage Combatant. Yeah, that. But nope, Grizzly Bear.
This is looking pretty grim. I think the game is over.
Yeah.
We're gonna see Snake Trap come down and try to do something, but STAZ can use their revenge to proc his Grommash.
Revenge, yep.
He could have done it afterwards to trigger snakes if he wanted to kill some snakes, but it's not even gonna let Chalk get the Snake Trap off. He's just gonna take the victory. STAZ moves up 2-1.
Yep, 2-1. So STAZ will be his last card will be Druid. Chalker still has Warrior and Hunter. We do know that his Hunter is actually a mid-range Hunter. We do know his Warrior is Control Warrior.
Yeah, well, definitely would rather be the Hunter player in this matchup here. I do think STAZ is still a little bit favored. He's going to have to... Well, he's going to be able to play the Druid against the Warrior if he loses this match. If he wins this match, he simply wins the whole series. Chalk does have quite a good hand this time. Or at least a 1 on a 2 drop. I usually just assume that means it's a really good hand. And at the very least, a high main he can coin into. We see STAZ has an Innervate, but no Wild Growth yet. Darnassus is pretty solid. This is what I mean about it being so good in the aggro matchups. Like, it either soaks up that quick shot, or it does get to ramp and kill the web spinner.
Oh.
He's thinking about Innervate. Can you Innervate into anything?
Nope.
I don't know about all that. Innervate, swipe face. Gotta get aggressive fast. There's the quick shot.
Next turn will be 3. 3 mana, you can play a Haunter Creeper and Web Spinner. As for Stasia here, you can innovate into an Azure Drake. Innovate into a Taunt.
Yeah, I mean, you could Innervate an Azure Drake too, but I feel like you kind of want the taunt more. But, I mean, I could be wrong if he just isn't afraid of, like, Eaglehorn Bow. I guess. Alright. Have a game. I mean, I guess he actually saw his opponent have 2 Hunter's Marks, so maybe he's trying to bait out one and then keep his taunt healthy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that might be true.
Young Dragonhawk. You promised me insane RNG bleed, and we got Young Dragonhawk.
It might be insane if you can taunt it up.
yeah, you're right.
Right? You taunt it up, and then you still get like 6 damage.
I think the most I've ever done with the Young Dragonhawk is like 4. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a lot.
Yeah.
Alright, so he's gonna finally Wild Growth. Could have swiped face and cleared the board. Goes for the Wild Growth instead.
Okay, I feel bad for laughing, but yeah. Let's see. It's a freezing trap. Oh, Huffer.
Here comes that Dragonhawk.
Yeah.
Why is there a Hungry Crab too? I feel so bad for him.
Now you're gonna see. Next turn, he's gonna draw into a Hornmaster.
Yeah, but then, like, you can only taunt one of them out. The other one's still gonna be bad.
It's gonna taunt the Young Dragonhawk, and then 6 damage.
Oh, man.
I think you want to Druid of Claw put into charge mode, do you?
I mean, it really depends on what you think the trap is. You know he runs a snake trap. So, with that being said, you'd kind of want to, like, proc it and then swipe, but you could also just attack face with the Azure Drake, see where it goes, and then taunt up, but... I mean, you kind of just want to get rid of the Huffer, too. Oh, I'm interested to see how he plays this turn. It's one of those turns where there's no clear play, because you don't exactly know what the secret is.
Yeah. So STAZ is hovering. Yeah, I think Yeah, go for the charge play, man. Nope. Let's go.
I
We're
did
going
that.
for the safe one. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just leaving everything out there. He still has a swipe for next turn to clear. And Chalk draws the snake trap. Could coin high main, won't clear the 4/6 though. Could coin into creepers in a hero power or a snake trap maybe.
Understand.
Wow, we have double swipe now. Not playable at the moment. If it would be though, wow, you could just clear the board with the swipes and not even worry about the trap. Swipe the high main for 5, swipe the face and deal damage to all the other guys. I mean, this is still a fine swipe.
Yep.
I wonder if he will just pass or potentially go face. I guess passing is the play. I mean, your opponent could deal with the 4/6 last turn. Odds are he can't do it this turn either. You still have that second swipe. Oh boy, Hungry Crab has hit the board.
Alright. 4. Oh, silence. Okay. You can. There's a lot of way you can do 2 damage. Swipe the Leok.
Yeah, that
Right?
seems pretty good.
You do 2 damage to the Haunted Creeper, and then you swipe the Leok.
Alright, he's finally testing for the snake trap. But I mean, you know, it's freezing, it's kind of a bummer, but you know, you can just play your shade later and you can still clear the board. And you're at 25 life. I keep calling the matchups wrong. I'm like, yeah, Hunter is incredibly favored here. And then all of a sudden, you know, the Hunter just gets double 1-drop off Web Spinner, and Druid has the sickest swipes that you could probably hope for. But at least now the snakes will potentially resolve. But I feel like STAZ could just go face here. Oh, Zombie Chow, I like it.
Zombie Chow.
It's been a while since I've seen that in Druid, the mid-range version.
I think you just draw, and then yeah, that's it. Set for lethal. To STAZ.
Yeah, you really don't need a heal when you're already at 24 life with the hero power against a hunter with 1 card in hand.
Yeah.
Ah, there's the taunt. It's late. Can't get the young Dragonhawk value, man. Alright, so is that it?
Yep, that's it. That's it. Yep.
It's crazy. That match just took a turn, man.